sure. Take off decisions I lack. Take off the fake deep.
It's week 2 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bears and the Falcons, next on Madden Football.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Chicago Bears and the Atlanta Falcons. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our two quarterbacks in this one, it's really a good match. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And leading them out is their fifth-year quarterback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And some room to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. On 2nd and 9. Allen. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. There he goes, left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Off the touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Taking a shot for Samuel.
And this is dropped.
Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Here comes the Bears punter now.
Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to get it back here just past the 35. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week. And you can't do it all on one throw.
A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Allen. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
They'll set up a throw.
And complete to Drake London. And he is going to have the Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on third down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last third down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
No gain on the play there. Second down. He'll drop to throw. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down.
I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Mike Hughes.
And the Bears are going to take over at their own 41.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Throwing now is Allen.
He hits Mooney going across the middle.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play.
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here's Allen to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Zerline's kick is up and through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He's coming off his 2nd interception of the game already. And remember, he was bit by the interception bug last week. And threw 2 there as well. So things trending poorly right now as he starts again here, 1st and 10.
And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Bears it out toward the corner of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They give him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit...
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. And 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he's got it to about the 40. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To the air, Allen. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Allen now looks to throw. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears have cut it back within a score. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
Here we go, set.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 116 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He's got it to the 43 here. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. He completes it to Ridley.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late, and that margin that he had.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half.
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
On play action, Allen. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So there is the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Allen. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back, and he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. They'll get this to about the 38. Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. They'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he won't get close. Only a yard. 4th and 3. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
1st and 10, it's Patterson.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw here. Dancing to his left. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a 1st.
I don't think that run was anything that was designed, but when his reads were blanketed as he went through his progressions, all that was left was for him to run and try and pick it up himself.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
140 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
2nd and 3. Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts from 17 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Now Wk2 for the extra point.
Oh, and It's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taken in at the 22.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time.
And it will be Falcon football. Atlanta regains possession of the football.
And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
They're going to look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. David Onyemata able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Jaquan Brisker, and the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Falcons are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon.
3 quarters in the books.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. He'll look to throw. Running right through him. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Now There was a time when I would have been upset at teams throwing the ball with a big lead late, but I've evolved a little bit. I've come around. Ultimately, they're looking for first downs, and if they think the air is the best place to do it, then so be it. In addition, you probably got a quarterback gets a nice bonus if he keeps the...
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Montgomery will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
And here now come the Falcons. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Being chased out left. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. They'll try the middle with Montgomery.
And he's got it down to the 28.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away.
Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. Kyle Van Noy in on the stop. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
He'll drop to throw. Got his man. It's London. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
And he fields it cleanly. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Bears take over. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
And this is caught. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown late in the game. They look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together, make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So all eyes on the Falcons. Down 27-20, 55 seconds remaining. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on 1st down. Back to throw. That's caught by Pitts. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Back to throw. Right back to Pitts again. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Pushes him over. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Hey, check that. Street. No. Hey, pass.
In motion, the tight end. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. He's back to throw. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. Coup now for the point after. And we may very well be headed to overtime. For a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Deebo Samuel trotting out with his offense to start this next drive. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Here's Allen. And incomplete on the deep ball. Darnell Mooney the target there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Picked up by Richie Grant, and the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
It has the distance, and it is good from 55 yards out, and the Falcons are going to win the game. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Falcons, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town.
Honestly, I see no biggie. Paid up heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Sadiddy. He only 2 times from the